So we have the agenda for live coaching, debrief, and also peer-to-peer brief, which will happen right after that. And it's been a couple of days since you did the live coaching, but I'd like you to reflect on your experience and what did you learn through it and how did you feel about it?
Okay, let me think. I think when I think about what I learned from it, overall I felt it went really well. I was surprised at how kind of quiet and attentive the kids were. I wasn't expecting them to be that just kind of silent listening. So that surprised me, and it just reinforced the fact that you need to, as important as it is to have a plan and to know what to do, you always have to be really flexible with that plan. You know, I'm doing my 5-minute warning and then someone says they have to go to the bathroom and they leave the room. It's we're supposed to be cleaning up now. So, you know, it's, you know, lots of quick adaptations that, you know, the plan is about the structure and guideline and not about the, you know, follow pinpoint, which I think some people kind of get stuck in or very worried about.
Yeah, because life happens when you're teaching.
It does.
The children do have to go to the bathroom.
In many ways.
And so, you know, when you think about the length of the video, or the length of the activity, it really doesn't affect the length of the activity because the children left to go to the restroom. You know what I mean? So you really can't add that into, oh my goodness, the activity took 22 minutes. It didn't.
Yeah.
It was less than 20 minutes, and that was a strength, you know, because we want to keep it less than 20 minutes usually.
And they stayed with me.
And they did. They were very
stayed with
engaged.
me. I would have been really wrapping things up a lot quicker and not asking questions anymore if I was losing them, but I wasn't losing them.
And it didn't rattle you, you know, because there was that change from the behavior rehearsal. It was different. A little bit different because of the restroom break. So it didn't rattle you at all. It didn't seem to anyway.
It got my mind thinking. I was like, okay, now what?
Right.
Quick problem solving.
Right. Okay. So anything else that came to mind?
No, those are the things that really stuck out to me.
Okay. Well then, let's go ahead and view the video. And how would you like to score it as we view it?
Again, as we always have, kind of that once we do the gather material, stop it. Did I need all of it?
Okay.
5-minute warning. Did that look like it went okay? You know, those kinds of things.
Okay.
So after each section, to stop and score, because I have a short memory. Did I touch that kid? I don't remember if I touched that kid. But if I see it, I'm like...
And so we'll be scoring together using the rubric
Yeah.
collaboratively. Also, did I meet your learning style during the activity as we planned? You know how we planned what I need to do during that time?
Yeah.
I did meet that.
Yeah.
Okay,
you were the fly on the wall and did the videotaping and everything
and hopefully I kept it. I know I wiggled the camera just a little bit to get a different position, but I think the rest of it's pretty well.
That's life
Still
too.
Okay, let me get the video up. And
I'm coming up close and personal with you.
I'll probably have to adjust the volume. I turned it down earlier to not bother people.
almost forgot that. I was going over to give Axel's 5 minutes and I said, oh, I forgot. I have to tell Leticia what's going on.
How do I make this go away?
I think you can just click it around that box, it will.
Thank you.
So I have my timer, my maps, and my story now.
Feel free to stop it at any time or pause it.
Okay, so for the gathering materials, I got that 5-minute timer, and I got the maps and story.
Yep. All
I
that.
talked to Leticia, let her
Mm-hmm.
know what was going on. And then for the 5-minute warning, I gave them each some kind of physical touch, said their name, and then said we're going to take a break. And kind of last minute, I decided to bring the book around with me. And the reason why I did that is because, and that was a very last minute choice.
Okay.
And the reason why I did that was because I remembered that when you gathered them last time, that a lot of them went over to the storytime area and started getting off books. Can we read this one? I want you to read this one. So I thought I need to let them know what book I'm going to be reading and give them that visual, so it's not, hey, we're just going to read a story and then have them start grabbing things off.
Well, that was quick
And be
thinking on your
disappointed.
feet because I didn't even notice that. So,
Well, that was
And
just
it
kind
worked,
of
didn't
a
it?
last minute thing. Right when I was gathering the materials, I almost put the book down and I thought, I just got this flashback of you gathering the kids, and for some reason, when we were having our discussions before, that didn't
right.
dawn on me, but in that moment it did, and I thought, I should probably show them this book. So it was kind of
Yeah,
last
and I
minute.
remember I
Last
had
minute thing.
set it, I had put it in the library area so that I knew where to pull it from. But that was just part of my plan, so I think that worked out really well.
After, at this point, I kind of panicked a little bit because he asked me to read the book, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get this book done in the time.
Right.
But there would be 2 minutes left
I kept looking at the timer.
I did too, and I was just trying to whip through the book and thought, I'm gonna be a little late. 2 minutes isn't really gonna be 2 minutes. There's no way.
But it turns out you made good use of the time and got a
I think that's another one of those factual life things.
Sure, individual story. Well, actually, more than just one child was listening. It's a good use of that time during the morning. And a realistic use. Oh, you like that idea. Now we can fast forward through the potty break if you want to.
I think that'd be great.
Okay.
And for the 2-minute warning, I did touch everybody.
You just pause it first. And you made eye contact.
Eye contact, and I told him 2 minutes left, even though Christian was like, I think that's 1 minute. It's like, I think you're probably right.
Well,
They extended it to 2 minutes anyway.
It was
With their bathroom
somewhere
breaks.
between 1 and 2. So,
I was definitely cutting it close with the button story.
all right, let's see if we can fast forward through potty break.
I think what would be good
Okay.
is if we push play and then hit that little button.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that would do it, but it's not.
If you grab there.
Okay. Maybe.
And more this one, though.
Yeah. Do it that way. And it gave me lots of time to have all my stuff.
They were still coming back one at a time.
And I was deciding what to do there too, and I thought, I think I have to wait for all three of them.
Well, it is still free choice time, so they were all engaged.
I didn't want to make somebody wait.
Okay, so for collecting the group, touch for attention, make eye contact.
Mhm.
We did that. Now I couldn't hear everything said. It's time to take a break.
I'm sure I didn't say it's time to take a break. I said it's time to read our book. It's time for us to go read our book. I'm trying to think, did I ever say it's time to take a break? I don't know, let's see if we can hear.
Okay.
Did I actually say that? Nope. For both of them. I was just saying it's time to go over to our story area.
Okay, so I would say that one was unmet because of the skills being very specific.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay.
And there was a little bit of extra guidance needed. There wasn't a whole lot, but there was a little bit of, hey, you guys coming over? I went over to them because they were just looking at their little noodle things. And I was telling them, hey, I got your mat ready. So there was a little extra guidance needed there.
And so it might be just something that you have written on a sticky note, or, you know, just a little extra prop to meet that. Shall we go on?
Mm-hmm. I think I actually said it late, because I think I say it right here. I did it there because I knew they were going to bring over those toys. And that was, I still think we should say that it's unmet, but I did it because they brought over the toys. It was my strategy because they brought over the toys. Say what it was about.
Definitely met. And I like the open-ended question too. Asking them what they thought.
It's time
paper on your mat, Diego. Some put on their shoes, and some might help someone else get ready for school, like a little brother or little sister. This is how I get ready. Axel, can you show me how do you get ready for school? You can move the pictures down that you do to get ready. Breakfast to get ready for school. Diego, what do you do when you're getting ready for school? Diego eats breakfast to get ready for school too. What did you have for breakfast, Diego? So what did you eat for breakfast, Axel? Nothing today? Christian, what did you do to get ready for school? Christian says that he puts his shoes on to get ready for school. Christian has blue and orange slip-on shoes today.
And another good reason to laminate the book, you can sanitize the book.
There you go.
Nose wiping and all
Durable
that.
and sanitary.
And I just noticed too that the mats really made a difference.
It did.
They were much more engaged, and they didn't move around a lot.
You're right, you did. Right now I'm going to read this book with Diego, Axel, and Christian. And then if you'd like, Mom, I can read this book with you, okay? And then we get some turns. I know that people have lots of different ways of getting to school, too. Some people might ride a bus to school. Some people might walk to school. Some people might ride a bike to school. And some people might drive a car to school. Christian, how did you get to school today? To school today. Axel, how did you get to school today? Axel got to school in a car too. He drove in a car. How did you get to school today, Diego? Diego says he walked to school today. Oh no, not walked. Rode a bike. That'd be fun to get to ride a bike to school. Get some exercise in the morning. When I get to school, the children's garden, we have to push buttons by the door to get in. Sometimes
I thought he was going to have a fit there. Because they're brothers and they come to school together.
Right.
Push the buttons out. You always do. Do I get a turn sometimes to push the buttons, Diego? Diego says sometimes I get a turn to push the buttons. He says sometimes I do.
Very nice.
I
Very nice.
know just
Hand on the
how much
knee.
it is. My teachers
Calming effect.
to see you. Your teachers. Your teachers. Rachel. I'm always super happy to see you guys. My teacher says good morning to me. I can say good morning back to her. But sometimes I get shy and I just sometimes we have shiny morning sun. Sometimes it's hard for me when my family leaves. I might feel sad and cry, or sometimes I might feel angry if I had a hard morning. She's very angry. You guys ever feel sad when you come to school? Do you ever feel angry when you come to school? Sometimes I do too, Diego. He says sometimes he does. When I feel sad or angry, I can use the cozy corner until I feel better. The cozy corner has soft pillows to snuggle in, and it has toys to help with deep breaths. To calm down and relax. read story.
Mm-hmm.
So I read the words, not 100% correctly, but
You did very well, very expressive and showing the emotions, like tired and all the other emotions. And and leaving, I noticed how you left off a word at the end because there was a picture there and they all said it.
well, especially the ones with just the pictures.
Right, right.
And so they saw the pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did elicit the responses. More, I think, than I was even expecting to, but they were just so quiet and just kind of sitting there, so I asked.
Right.
I asked a lot.
So, very well met on that one for sure. Okay, shall we go on?
Yes, although we did see that I did give them a thank you. I said each of their names and gave them each a high five.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Even though I haven't done that invitation yet.
Turn on your phone now. It's great. You like this? Guess what this is? Another one. It's another one. This
So
one
Chris
is
is like,
still
"Ah."
on the bookshelf for you guys. And the only thing that's different about this one is when you look at the pages with the pictures. Do you see what I've got on the pictures? There's little boxes around. Do you know what these are for? This is so when you're telling your story, I say I brush my teeth, and I watch some TV, and then I put on my shoes. Then if some of these pictures accidentally get dropped on the floor, and I'm putting them away, then I'll go, oh wait, there's an empty box, that means there's a piece missing. And then I can look around and find the piece that's missing. You can put it on, and then we'll know that all the pieces are there, okay? So this is going to be on the counter, and now, Christian and Axel and Diego, if you guys would like to go play, you can play. Here's your little things. And if you want to stay, talk with me about how you guys get to school, or if you want to use your book, then you guys can check it out. You sure can. Here's your Axel. Oh, Diego. Diego, this is yours. Did you want this one back? You had one, and Diego had one. There you go. Thank you, guys.
That's a kid. No, that one's not mine. That one's mine.
Okay, so how did you feel about
I
that
got the
skill?
invitation. And then invite them to stay, which I did, but then they didn't stay.
So that one was met, and my question about that one is, during, let's see, well, during behavior rehearsal, all of the children, even though they were adults, chose to get up and go back to what they were doing, and then they did too, and I just wondered if you had any feelings about that. Did you hope they would stay and talk some more, or did you?
Well, I was hoping that they would stay and talk some more, but I don't feel concerned or anything that they're not, because how I see using this is, getting that familiarity with the book, and then when they come in having one of those hard days, then I can bring them aside with that book and go hang out with them in the cozy corner and read that book and talk about it.
Okay.
And they'll have the familiarity. So I really think that at this point for these large group readings, it's more about familiarity
Okay.
with the book and those kinds of things. So then when they are having a difficult time.
Okay, good. So you're comfortable with that, and it makes sense in the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, yeah, so that one was definitely met. So we're moving on to A.
Which was just an invitation to stay longer.
What was, right, that's the one we were talking about.
Yeah.
So what I really meant to say is we are going on to 9.
The data collection.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the data collection sheet, and I did send that to you in an email, so
Okay.
that should be
Very nice.
there in the email as well.
So you see that one is met.
Yeah.
Okay. So you met 8 out of 9. Which is better than the last time. It was still good, 7 out of 9, and now you made 8 out of 9. So we won't need the computer. Was there anything else that you noticed or wanted to talk about in terms of modifying?
You know, in all honesty, I think probably for the future, that one that I keep missing, the saying it's time to take a break from whatever activity, it's just so unnatural for me that I feel like it doesn't make sense in my normal scheme of things to use it.
Okay.
And use it when they need it, like they brought over all the toys. And so then it was nice to have that line kind of fresh and ready.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take a break from this and we're going to read our book. But
Do you want to change that on the skill set rubric to say something in general, or change it to something specific that feels natural?
in general,
In general?
because in general is natural. I don't know
So sort
that I
of
would
like,
always say the same thing, but I think to really make it usable for me,
okay. So it'd be kind of
and
similar
it seems like
to-
they're working it okay. It doesn't seem like it was a problem for them
Right.
to not have that.
Would it be okay if you turned this way so that I don't have my back to the camera?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we can finish just talking. Thank you. So what I was going to say is I think it's similar to the one that you have in general about what the story is about.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling them, but you have the flexibility to say
Well, like
the
a
way you
general
want.
invitation to
Okay.
read book.
So that's possibly something you might change then on the skill set rubric for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there were some other things I noticed that I wanted to bring up. Well, for sure the mats made a huge difference. And again, I thought you handled the ones who needed to use the bathroom really well. You used the time very effectively, naturally, and you're right about having that book in your hand. Then they didn't just go to the library and start pulling books off because they had that expectation that, oh, that's that book she's
Mhm.
in.
And I